G'day. I hate begging for money, but we've got to ask. We're planning for 2026 and we don't have enough money to keep going with the other side in the form that we've been going in 2025. We need a signal from you that you want the show to continue so that we can plan properly for what we will be able to do in 2026. Please go to othersidetv.com.au and join up to the exclusive side for less than $5 a month. And let us know that you want us to continue. Or if you want to just do it here on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, click the join button next to the subscribe button below, the join button, and that will enable you to support us also for a few dollars every month, just around the price of a cup of coffee. And it sends a signal that we should continue into 2026 and lets us know what we need to do to plan for next year. Thanks a lot for your support. I hope we're back in 2026. Something absolutely terrifying is happening in the United Kingdom, and the usual suspects on the left who are driving it are trying to pass it off as normal when it's absolutely anything but. The BBC reports that the UK's Justice Secretary, that's the equivalent of our Attorney General and Minister for Justice, in the UK it's David Lammy, he's proposing to, quote, massively restrict the ancient right to a jury trial by only guaranteeing that right for defendants facing rape, murder, manslaughter, or other very serious cases. An internal government briefing note has confirmed there are plans to create a new tier of juryless courts in England and in Wales. It's incredible, hard to believe, isn't it? Now, David Lammy is also the Deputy Prime Minister of the UK, and he wants to end jury trials for defendants who would be jailed for up to 5 years. They say it's because of unprecedented delays and backlogs in courts. Or maybe if they stopped policing thought crimes and people's social media tweets and putting people in jail for that, they might free up some court time. Basically, this is the Labor government saying, look, our system is completely failing. We can't run a proper criminal justice system because we're useless. So let's just toss out one of the most foundational principles of law to fix this bureaucratic problem we've got. Who cares about the right to be tried before a jury of one's peers? It's only a concept that's one of the two cornerstones of Western law. And the UK is fast becoming a dual Muslim-Christian state anyway, and there'll probably be some form of Sharia law soon. So who gives a rat's? Conservative and libertarian commentators in the UK have understandably gone completely nuts over the news.
David Lammy is set to scrap jury trials and remove your automatic right to appeal. Juries will only hear cases of murder, rape and manslaughter. Now, think about what this means practically. Take the case of Jamie Michael. Labour Party staff members reported him to police for a video he did about illegal immigration. He was charged, he went to court, a jury found him not guilty in just 17 minutes. But what if only the judge had heard that case? We hear a lot about left-wing activist judges, and now they may be given even more power. 75% of all cases will be heard by a single judge, so they can sentence you to anything up to 5 years, and you could lose your automatic right to appeal that decision. This is really sinister. And the head of the Criminal Bar Association said Lammy was about to, quote, destroy a criminal justice system that's been the pride of this country for centuries and to destroy justice as we know it.
The UK's GB News channel there. Look, the right to a jury trial arose from early Germanic tribal customs and Norman reforms in England under Henry II in the 12th century. And it evolved through English common law, which we have in Australia. It's used all over the world in many countries. These Western legal traditions historically operated in societies influenced by Judeo-Christian culture. The other big cornerstone of our legal system that feminists have been trying to get rid of in Australia recently is the presumption of innocence, the principle that the burden of proof is on the accuser. That principle comes primarily from Roman law, especially the Juris Ulpian of the 3rd century AD. That's how far that goes back. That principle continued through medieval canon law, the law of the church. It's not religious doctrine, but these are Western civilizational principles, and they're an extension of the Christian culture of the West. The left are trying to rewrite the very basic rule book of our legal system. This is fundamental stuff this clown David Lammy is playing with here. Now, the left is always screeching about how Donald Trump is a threat to democracy and the very institutions of our civilization. Yet here we have a Labor Party Deputy Prime Minister and Justice Secretary in the UK proposing that we just ditch one of the most fundamental principles of law that our entire culture has been built upon for centuries, and that's okay. And just another quick point. Our law schools in the UK and here in Australia have become left-wing echo chambers of Marxist identity politics and social justice warriors of the bad kind. The ones who think the way to social justice isn't through freedom and liberty and small government, but through big government centralised control. Leading law professors have told me that they worry about what the Australian legal benches in our top courts are going to look like in a few years' time as these left-wing indoctrinated kids grow up and become our barristers and judges. So this is the worst time possible in history to be thinking about tossing out people's right to be tried before a jury of their peers rather than an echo chamber monoculture inhabited by members of a privileged elite legal class. God help us. The fallout from Pauline Hanson's latest burqa stunt has been very amusing. What concerns me most about it is the fact that the burqa is a symbol of real female oppression. So where are the feminists on this? Crickets. Silent, of course. Only Western white men and Judeo-Christian culture is ridiculed by the left because of their weird worldview that whoever is poor and weak or a minority in their immediate surroundings is by default a victim and oppressed. And everyone who's strong and successful is an evil oppressor. This worldview is a psychological issue. If the left have to admit that people are generally quite considerably responsible for their own life outcomes, which is the case in the free and open societies of the West more than at any other time in history, then they must take responsibility for their own lot in life. And lots of people don't want to do that. And Marxism gives them an easy way out. I'm oppressed by the rich people. The bad guys in our culture, of course, are the white heterosexual men. Even the inherent sexism of a lot of Islamic culture is therefore totally fine for leftists and modern feminists because they think that they're standing up for an oppressed minority group, Muslims. The thing is that if you step outside the West for a second, Muslims are not a minority group. They're not oppressed. And in many countries, the oil states in particular, they are anything but poor. So the left, who carry on about oppression all the time, remain silent on the inherent and obvious oppression symbolized by the burqa and the niqab, the full face coverings. It's a personal choice for Muslim women to wear it, they cry, bending over backwards to justify their double standard. So what's the reality right now? What are the facts? Well, yes, technically and legally in most Muslim-majority countries, the burqa or niqab full face covering is optional. Its origin, in fact, was cultural, not religious. It symbolized modesty and high status in the Byzantine Empire, and it still does. But in a lot of places, it now is a religious symbol of Islam. The social pressure is so great that even though it's not legally required, it is very socially required, and women who don't want to wear it are socially forced to. No Muslim countries mandate the burqa or niqab at a national legal level today. Saudi Arabia was among the last, and it removed its covering requirement for foreign women in 2019, and even for local women, the requirement is now just social, not legal. In Taliban-controlled Afghanistan, there was strong social and political enforcement and violent enforcement. And before 2011, parts of northern Nigeria, under some local interpretations of Sharia law, did require it. Now, interestingly, and this will blow you away, many Muslim states now ban the burqa. Oh, yeah. Turkey, Tunisia, Morocco, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Egypt, Syria, and Algeria have all either complete bans on the burqa or bans in public workplaces. In fact, at least 21 countries ban it to some extent. Across Europe, many states ban the niqab in public places. Countries such as France, Belgium, Denmark, Switzerland, and Austria. You know, it's a very confronting and intimidating form of dress. If not for the wearer, then for many of those who are engaging with the wearer. Apart from the obvious security risks, it's socially disempowering when you're talking to someone and you can't see their face. It gives them a social advantage, a power advantage, which is probably why it's banned in so many places and in so many Muslim countries. So Pauline Hanson is not being racist for suggesting a ban. She's not being disrespectful wearing the burqa in the Senate. She's trying to make a very important point about it. No doubt there's a publicity stunt element to all of this. She has got her new movie coming out. But there's no way that she should have been banned from our Senate for 7 days. That was the political stunt by Penny Wong and co. The Greens' Maureen Faruqi and Senator Payman and Lydia Thorpe all jumping on the outrage bandwagon. Banning the burqa and niqab is not racist. It's not even offensive to Islam. It's banned in many Muslim countries. But what's worse than the usual typical expected outrage from the Green Nutters and the Labour dopes is the pathetic response by the gutless left-leaning Liberals like their leader Susan Lee herself, who criticised Hanson's move, saying it cheapens our parliament. Actually, Susan, what cheapens our parliament is an opposition that doesn't oppose anything. An opposition that doesn't stand up against the ruling elite nonsense. An opposition full of too many career politicians rather than citizens of conviction who want to serve this nation and provide good, true, classical liberal and conservative opposition. That cheapens not just our parliament, but our entire political system. So rather than a censure motion against Pauline Hanson, which shamefully passed 55 votes to 5, and rather than carrying on with performative dumb outrage, it'd be nice if our uni-party politicians actually debated the damn motion. Because a ban on the burqa is okay by 21 countries, including many Muslim majority countries, so do your damn jobs. SmartKits Australia is a leading supplier of prefabricated home improvement kits, so you can do it yourself, save money and hassle. SmartKits Australia is the easiest way to improve your home and build memories that last forever. Buy online, customize your way, get it built. That's the SmartKits way. Decks, patios, pergolas, flyover roofs, carports, and insulated roofing, all prefabricated, fully engineered, and delivered anywhere in Australia. You can choose from hundreds of pre-designed SmartKits on their website, or you can go custom with SmartKits' in-house design team. Every kit is engineered tough, packed smart, and delivered free anywhere in Australia. And don't worry if you're not so handy. If you need it installed, they can do that too. Their licensed builder network can get you started even faster. It's up to you. So save thousands on your own 100% Australian-made smart kit. Build your own outdoor lifestyles with SmartKits Australia. SmartKits.com.au, a proud sponsor of The Other Side. That was a segment clip from our weekly Friday night news show, The Other Side, which you can watch in full by simply going to YouTube and searching up The Other Side Australia. Then you'll find our full shows playlist. You can also find all of our full shows and our segments on our own website, othersidetv.com.au. That's othersidetv.com.au. Help us build a whole new Aussie media by joining us over there and signing up for the exclusive side.